Hi, my name is Dan Oakes. I'm the creator of the Cooking Recipe Organizer, and I'm going to show you some of the new features that we've added to Cooking version 11. We have this really cool looking new toolbar now, but when you launch Cooking version 11, the first thing you'll probably notice is this live recipe feed. With the live recipe feed, the moment a new recipe is posted on the internet, it will appear here. It's like having your finger on the pulse of recipes on the internet. This one right here is from Food Network. This one right here is from Epicurious, this is from All Recipes, and this one right here is from Food.com, and so forth. And as you scroll down, you can see that Cooking will load more recipes. This scroll bar just went from the bottom of the screen to the top. And so it's constantly loading new recipes. This recipe looks really good right here from Betty Crocker. I could click on this recipe to see more about it and to see if it looks like one I would like. And then I could click the capture button right here to capture it and save it to my own cookbook. Or what I could do, that's even easier, is just click on it and drag it and drop it on the beverages chapter. And then Cooking will go out and fetch it and capture it from that website and save it into my cookbook. You can customize your feed too and use Cooking as a way to follow your favorite recipe websites. You just go to Live Feed Preferences and you can choose here which websites you want to follow, or add new websites as well. And you can change the order of them as well and say I want this one at the top and so forth. So the live recipe feed is a great way to discover new recipes. But what about all of those pages and pages of printed recipes that you haven't typed into Cooking yet? Well, with the new Scan It feature, you don't have to. Just scan them into your computer. Now, I don't have a scanner, so I took a picture of this recipe with my cell phone. And now that I selected it, what Cooking does is it splits the screen here, but it's not oriented right. See, it's sideways. So I'm going to click this Edit Image button. And now I'm going to click this button right here to rotate right. Now it's oriented properly, and that's good. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to then crop out the part that I don't want. So I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to click and use this crop tool. There we go, that's better. Now that it's cropped and oriented properly, I'm going to save this, and Cooking is going to OCR it and translate the image from a picture down here into text. Now that I've got this text, I can highlight it with my mouse. So here's the title or the name of the recipe, and it goes in right there. And here's the ingredients. I'm going to go and highlight this part and click Ingredients. And you'll see that it color codes it as well. And now I'm going to go down here and highlight the directions and click Directions. And if I wanted to, I can go up here and say this is the servings, this is the cook time, and this is the prep time. And as I highlight each one, it color codes it and it puts all the information here. And when I'm done, I just click Done right here. And here's my recipe. I'm going to save this into the main dishes chapter of the Oakes Family Cookbook, and I'm going to click Save. Here it is inside this cookbook right here, fresh pesto lasagna. And when I go and browse this recipe, you can see that we attach the original scan to the recipe, so you could always have it to refer back to later if you want to. So that's going to save a lot of time if you can scan your recipes into Cooking. And if you don't have a scanner, like I said, shoot a photo of it with your cell phone. So we're going to discover lots of new recipes with the live recipe feed. We can scan recipes in using the Scan It feature, but what about all those recipes you've pinned on Pinterest already, right? Well, I've got good news for you. You can log into Pinterest from within Cooking now. And with one click, Cooking will capture all of your Pinterest recipes. So I'm going to go to my boards. And let's say that I want to capture all the recipes from Recipe of the Day, for example. If this was a board you had pinned recipes on, all you do is go to that board and click the capture button. And now what Cooking does is it goes out to this board and it scrapes and captures each recipe. And it will build a cookbook for you. Okay, all my recipes captured successfully. Here's my Pinterest recipes cookbook, and here's the Recipe of the Day chapter, and here's all the recipes. And I can click through here to look at them, and neato, now I've got all my Pinterest recipes in Cooking. So that's cool, but how do I get recipes from some of those blog posts? I love the recipes on Six Sisters, for example, but they don't capture because they don't format their recipes right. Like this recipe is a good one. Well, with Cooking version 11, when you click the capture button, Cooking detects those blogs and the recipes that are not formatted right, and it splits the windows for you, and it allows you to use this snippet tool to get the recipe. So what I'm going to do is go through here, and I'm going to say, okay, here's the description. I'm going to paste that in here. So there's my description, and I'm going to go down here and highlight this and say, all right, here's the recipe directions. So I'm going to paste that down here. And then here's the recipe ingredients. So I'm going to highlight those and click ingredients, and then Cookin puts those in here for you. And as you can see, it color codes it again so you can see what's been highlighted and copied and pasted and so forth. And I'm going to go and highlight this right here, and I'm going to click photo, and now I'm going to click done. And I'm going to save this into the desserts chapter of my cookbook. And you can see here that here's your recipe. Here's the chocolate pumpkin chess squares. Here's the photo. And here's the ingredients and directions and so forth. So I'm all set to go. So now with Cookin version 11, you can get recipes from this live recipe feed. You can capture your Pinterest recipes. You can get recipes from blogs. But what about those recipes you've put into Word or Notepad? A lot of people have copied and pasted them into there. And they're trying to find a way to get those into Cookin. Well, there's a way to do that now. What you can do here is use this new Snag It tool. Let me show you how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more room here, and I'm going to click New Recipe. And now what I'm going to do is highlight here, basil marinated chicken breasts, and I'm going to press Control-C to copy. I could also right-click and choose Copy. And then I'm going to click here, and I'm going to right-click and choose Paste. And I'm going to highlight here the description, and I'm going to paste it here. And then now I'm going to get the directions down here as well. Right click and copy, right click and paste. Okay, so I got the recipe directions. And here's the coolest thing. Are you ready for this? I'm going to highlight the ingredients section, and rather than doing them all at once, I'm going to use this Snag It feature. And I'm going to right click and choose paste here. And now when I click OK, Cookin's going to automatically parse that text and populate the recipe window here to save me time. And so now I can get the recipes from Word just by copying and pasting. I'm going to save this into the main dishes chapter of my cookbook. Save. I'm going to restore these so I can see this. And here's my recipe that I copied and pasted from Word. So this Snag It feature is pretty helpful. You can go here and you can type in freeform text too, like 3 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons, oh boy, I can't type, butter, and so forth, and Cookin will automatically parse that for you. You can copy and paste it from anywhere. So this Snag It feature is really neat. And with your recipes in Cookin, there's some cool new social media sharing components. You can click this button right here and you can email the recipe, or you can post it to Facebook, or pin it, or tweet it, or post it to Google+. You can even link it or embed it in a web page. And when you email recipes, they're themed so they look just like they look here with the spiral and so forth. And we attach a .dvo file, so if the recipient happens to have Cookin, they can just import that file into their Cookin software. And as you know, you can stylize your recipes by changing themes. We've got some really cool themes here. And when you share your recipes, they're going to come just the way they appear in Cookin. And when you print recipes now, the new print preview screen appears inside Cookin, and you can theme them as well. So I can go here and say, I want to print a 3x5 card, or let's say a 4x6 card, and I want to print the recipe with the theme. So now when you print recipes, they're going to look really cool. When you make a shopping list in Cookin now, we have a new screen as well that looks much more graphical and appealing. And when you do a nutritional analysis, we also have a better looking nutritional analysis screen as well. But one of the coolest things is this menu plan. We have a graphical way of displaying your menus. So this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and so forth. This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And as you can see here, when I look at what I'm going to have over the course of the week, it's a much more pleasing way of viewing my menu by looking at these pictures. In addition to all these features, you're going to get ongoing, regular updates. We post updates and add new improvements and features to cooking and so forth. About every 10 days we post an update on the average over the last 2 years. And so when you upgrade to Cooking version 11, you're entitled to get those updates for free as well. So I hope you like Cooking version 11 with the live recipe feed and the scan feature and Snag It and Snippet and all of the social recipe sharing features and the new print preview screen with the themed recipes and the new shopping list and nutrition screen and much more. Get Cooking version 11 today and discover all the new features for yourself. Have a great day.